Hello, and welcome to another episode of Skari Stuff. Let's get started. Boo! Okay. Oh, that was quite Skari for you and me, probably. Welcome to episode 2 of Skari Stuff, a segment where I get all your questions from the last Skari Stuff episode, and I try and answer them in the most prompt way possible. Now, there's a couple of extra things we're doing today. The channel just hit 6,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so much. I'm going to be running a giveaway and contest, and I'm going to be gearing up the channel for the 8,000 subscriber giveaway that I'm going to have as soon as we hit 8,000 subscribers. So how to enter is going to be towards the end of the video, after I've gotten through all the questions submitted by different subscribers. Okay, so this time there's 25 questions. We're going to go through them relatively quickly. I don't like to elaborate too much, as it's YouTube, so you don't have to watch a video for an hour to an hour and a half. So we don't have that much time in our lives. So, question number 1. Arcade. Wait. ... You have Black Templars? Yes, I do. Black Templars are the army I learnt how to play with. And it was in the 3rd edition box set. Yeah, Black Templars, Dark Eldar, and it was very mismatched, so the Space Marines won pretty much every time you played. So I kind of stuck with them. Played with them for a long time. Dark Eldar are relatively recent army for me. So thanks for your question. Reese Taylor, what are your thoughts on the Eldar? At this point they were asking about rumours. And then we have Ace Face. Thank you for your question, Ace Face. It says, what do you think of the new Eldar? Have they broken the game? So I see a theme here. I'll answer both questions at once. It's just another book. That's my thought on the new Eldar book. As you can see here, Craft World. First of all, the book is gorgeous. I love it. There's a lot of cool stuff in here, and I honestly think everyone just has to man up and play the game. Next question. Isvor. Have you ever thought of making narrative campaigns? Yes, I have. I actually have a few that I'm in development of. Are you developing lore and fluff to your force, such as naming characters? Yes, well, Archon Skari. Other than that, I'm the Cabalite of the Cabal of the Deadly Mist is my Cabal, just because they like surround you like a mist, confuse you, and kill you, kind of thing. That's really the gist of the fluff. But I haven't really written anything down. I did a lot of that for my Black Templars back in the day. I had books upon books of written out litanies and names, and I used to keep track of each individual Space Marine and kill markings, and it was just a lot of bookkeeping. But a lot of fun. I probably still have some of those books somewhere. Maybe I'll show them to you guys at some point. Thanks for your question, Isvor. Question number 5. Ryan Bridges. How do you feel about Eldar with access to all the D weapons? And as a tournament organizer, what would you do? I feel that the access to D weapons really mitigates some of the sillier stuff that we have in the game, like invisibility and stuff like that as well. But as a tournament organizer, I follow the ITC, the Independent Tournament Circuit formatting guidelines that have been developed by Frontline Gaming and a whole variety of different organizers. They use it for the Vegas Open, the Bay Area Open. I personally use that format for the Berry Bash, and they've already created a poll and got the results in where they will be modifying the D table specifically for tournament play. So when we play on the channel and here in the basement, we regularly use the ITC format and their FAQs when playing the game. So check it out. I highly recommend the format, and the missions are very well thought out and thoroughly play tested. But thank you for your question, Ryan. Tactica Imperialis. As a Tomb King player, what are your thoughts on the End Times and Warhammer Fantasy Battle 9th Rumors? Haven't played Fantasy in about 2 years. It's been a long time. My Tomb Kings are quite literally covered in dust on a shelf. So, no comment is what I'm going to say. Right now my focus is 40k content just for time purposes. With my job and my family, I have to really kind of be a specialist in one thing, and I have very little time to diversify. Eventually, will I be playing them at some point? Absolutely. I love my Tomb Kings. They're a lot of fun to play. Thank you for your question, Tactica Imperialis. Make sure you check out his YouTube channel too, Tactica Imperialis. He's got some good stuff on there. Michael McKenney. Have you ever taken part in a narrative event? What was it that particularly that you liked about it? And have you furthered plans for a narrative campaign on the channel? Answer your first question. I usually run them, so I don't really play in them. Question number 2. I really enjoy narrative campaigns as long as all parties involved are following the narrative and they don't really care about winning or losing the specific games. And yes, I have furthered the narrative campaign projects. It's actually a lot of moving parts that have to be put together for it to happen, and I'm putting the groundwork down now. We'll film it probably all over the course of a couple of weeks and then release it as time goes, so I have time to actually get it all done and make sure it's finished, so I don't half release something and then something happen and then have to cut it off or whatever. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, Michael, for your question. Question number 8, William Flack. What are your thoughts on the 4-year-old Tantalus, and would you ever consider getting one? It's a gorgeous model. It's huge. I really like it, and the fact that it's got like a 15 model carrying capacity, so you can fit like 6-7 grotesques in there with one character, which would be awesome in like a nasty, I don't know, a big nasty hitting unit, and it's got some really cool rules. Budget wise, I can't really get one right now. I can't justify it. I have to finish my Revenant Titan before I can think about getting one. But yes, I will be adding one to my collection down the line. Absolutely. Thank you for your question, William. James Anderson, question 9. Will you be doing any Eldar and Harlequin tactics videos in the near future? Yes, I will be. And Harlequin stuff as well. So I prefer to do tacticas only after I've used certain units, just because I don't like just talking. I like to actually back it up with experience. But theory tactics, absolutely. I'll probably be doing a series on the full Craftworld book and the Harlequin book as well, while I'm painting, modeling, and playing with them at the same time. So it's going to be a long drawn out process, because it's a lot of videos and they're like 20 minutes long each. So it's going to be, churning them out that's going to be the challenge. But thank you for your question, James. OF October Sun. Have you read the Dark Eldar trilogy books? Path of Renegade, the Incubus, and the Archon. If yes, what do you think of them? I have read 2 out of 3. I read the Incubus and I read the Renegade, and all the prequel stories that Andy Chambers did. There's a couple of little short stories you can download from the Black Library website. They're like $4 each or whatever, and they're little like prequels to the trilogy. I love them. They're amazing. They're really cool. A lot of my fluff talk and the way I play the game and just my general thought of the Dark Eldar as a whole stems from this series of books, and I highly recommend them to any 40k fan out there. Well written, very visual. It's a great series. I really enjoy the books. But thank you for your question, October Sun. Okay, Codex Phil. what new army would you play for 40k? To be honest, if I were to start a new army from scratch, I would probably play Orcs or Tyranids, just because not very many people in my area play them. So I'd like to play an army that not very many people play, that's challenging to play, and I would just play it very well and hope to just destroy everyone with an army that people consider subpar. So probably more Orcs. But I don't know what I would do in that case. But if I had the budget, yeah, just an army that wouldn't be played or represented well locally, you know, or Sisters of Battle as well, because I feel they would be really, really good if played well. So, yeah, one of those three. Thank you for your question, Phil. Shane Woodward. Are you ever going to play another game with J-Knight? Yes. As soon as schedule permits and I am in the area that he's in, or he's in my area, I will definitely be wanting to play another game against Mini Wargamer J. Anytime. It was a blast, and he's now that he knows a little bit more about the Dark Eldar, it's going to be less of a complete walkover. Maybe I'll just, I don't know, we'll play something crazy or do some narrative thing. It'd be kind of cool. I'd really, really like to play him again. Yes. Balkoth01. Would you try an army list submitted by a subscriber? Yes, I would actually. If I have the miniatures to do it and I don't have to proxy anything, I will try and make a list just as close to something you send me in order for me to play it, and then you can see it on the channel. I think that would be kind of cool. So, what I'm going to do, if you have a list that you would like to see me play or an idea for a list, go to the link in the description to the Facebook page, like the Facebook page, and then leave a comment or a message on the page with your list. That's the easiest way to get in touch with me directly. Other than that, like the Facebook page. And then we can go from there. Thank you for your question, Balkoth. Question 14, Multi-Meltaz. That's a cool name. Multi-Meltaz. What is your view on the new Skari army? And that goes with Charlie Ball's question. What is your opinion on Skari, such as their options like the Icarus array, which is like an AA gun, etc.? I really like the Skari, and with the addition of the new AdMech, it's just filling in a whole faction of the game that has been not represented, and people have been trying to represent for years since I started, you know, using Imperial Guard and Tech Priest and Servitors and just trying to make it work. But now with their own faction, I think it's awesome. I really, really like the look of the army. I like the dynamic. I love that they have like weird technological stuff, and the dynamic in game is very similar to others like Poison and, you know, Tesla and, you know, stuff like that as well. So it's really cool. And I think that it'll really add a lot to the game. GW is putting so much in the game right now that it's hard to keep up with everything. But I really think it's cool. I haven't played a Skari army yet, or against it. I haven't played against any Skari units, so I can't really give you any gaming perspectives. But yeah, it's like a, you know, a different faction. It'll be different, and we'll see kind of what comes from it down the line. Right now, most of the talk is about this book. It's kind of overshadowed how tough the Necrons are and how you know, good the Necrons are, and things like the Skari releases. So we'll see what happens from that. But thanks a lot for your questions, Charlie and Multi-Meltas. Blood 1998. How do you like your steak? Medium and with some barbecue sauce. As long as it's not too like fatty. Like delicious. Like we had steak yesterday, it was amazing. With like, you know, baked potatoes and like some sauteed mushrooms and onions. Oh, so delicious. You know, there's some leftovers. I'm gonna go have some right now after this. But thank you for your question, Blood. I like the color red asks question 17. What about proxy weapons? So on episode 1 I said I don't really like proxy models. Same with proxy weapons. I will pay for the weapon if it's on the model. The only thing that, you know, I kind of proxy would be things like on characters, if it's something that would count as, or is good enough to count as. Like, for example, an Archon, if I give him a Venom Blade, I might count it as an Agonizer, even though the piece is technically a Venom Blade, but it makes sense that it would be an Agonizer, because he could stab you with it and it would cause a lot of pain. So it's, that sort of thing is okay, but saying that a melter gun is a flamer, or a grav gun, or a plasma gun, do some conversion work. Like, do some, like, I don't care what it is, if it's like you change one piece, or you cut it up a bit, you do something to make it different. Like, it's the least you could do, if you're not going to go out there and buy the actual bits, or convert the models. And I know sometimes we work a lot on our models, and it's hard to go back and kind of pull them apart to put the stuff that we want on them, but do something that makes it a little different than what it is, so that it doesn't look like a flamer and then you say it's a melter gun. It's just confusing in game, and preferably, personally, I dislike it, but it's you can do whatever you want with your gaming group, so that's completely up to you. So thank you for your question. I like to color red. Question number 8, Victor Quesada, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. How are you going to paint your Harlequins, and what is your favorite period edition in 40k? How am I going to paint my Harlequins? I don't know yet. My Eldar in the Mimera craft world with my Dark Eldar mesh really well, and my Corsairs mesh really well. If I put them all on the table, they look very unified. So I'm probably going to use a combination of the colors I've used in my Dark Eldar, my Corsair Eldar, and my Craft World Eldar to do it all on my Harleys. So it's like a big mesh of everything that I have already put together, so that it fits into whatever army I'm going to be playing them with. As for my favorite period in 40k or edition, I really like 30k fluff-wise. I think it's really cool. But to be honest, my favorite edition in 40k was probably 5th edition. Just because my Black Templars went pretty much undefeated the entire time I played in 5th edition. I had 2 huge 20-man blobs of Black Templars and lots of assault cannons, and I just destroyed almost every single person I played, and that was probably my favorite edition in 40k. Okay, thank you for your question, Victor. Cool's Skin. How much time do you spend on average per week on this awesome hobby? About an hour every day, I'd say. Sometimes a little bit more if I have to edit a video. But I'd say on average about an hour per day. Unless I play a game throughout the week, in which case, that's 3 hours of playing a game and filming. So say an hour per day plus give or take 3 hours. And it's usually after my son goes to bed. Right now he's napping, so I get to do videos like this. And if you're ever in Holland, you can visit and play in the Man Cave. Awesome. I will let you guys know if I visit Holland. That would be really cool. By the way, if you want to donate to PayPal to make me go, rizvanmartinez@gmail.com. Just check out the Facebook page and contact me if you want to donate to help me get there. Eventually I will be making a trip. Thanks a lot for your question, Coolskin. Hydra Pup. Proxies versus model to fit or counts as. Now, I abbreviated this question because it was like a paragraph long. Basically, the question is, about proxies, what about armies that are like, proxy to kind of fit into a certain style of army, like a, like model to be something different, like Tyranids to be Necrons, or Necrons played as Tyranids. I'm pretty sure that's what the question was. As long as you have put the effort into modeling the army, I do not care. I'm going to use an example. There was an army played by Ricky Johnson. If you don't know him, he's a very big tournament player in Canada, in Ontario. And he built an army of zombies. It was all converted, scratch built, converted. And he was playing them as Tyranids. So he had like a zombie giant as a swarm lord. He had like ogre zombies as things like Tyranid warriors. He had like brain ogres as zoanthropes. He had zombies as termagants and hormagaunts, you know, with like different sorts of weapon loadouts. And he had like trucks that he converted to have like bodies all like on them, you know, from the corpse cart, right, from the fantasy range. And he'd basically model them to be termagants, right, so they could spawn zombies. It was, the theme of that army was fantastic. It was awesome. And you know, even though it could have been a bit confusing for people to know what everything was, if you know what he was playing, you'd know exactly what it was. He was playing Tyranids, and you knew that was that, that was that, that was that. But he had spent the time modeling every single thing to make a zombie army, and he played them as Tyranids because the dynamic of the Tyranid army worked well. So that I like. That's like a complete counts as, and I think that sort of stuff is awesome. And I highly endorse it and recommend it, as long as you put the effort into making it look like it. Grabbing all your Tyranids and saying they're orcs, if you haven't really done any modeling and stuff like that, it's not really my cup of tea. But thank you so much for your question, Hydrapup. Steven Zabel. What's your opinion on the current Black Templar rules? Are they indicative of the fluff? And if they could get a supplemental formation, what would it be? I haven't really played Black Templars with the current rules, maybe once. You know, anti-Psyker stuff, check. Can't take Librarians, check. Empress Champion, check. Crusader Squads, check. Pretty much Black Templars to a T. They're just designed to go in and beat stuff in close combat. You know, fluff-wise, yeah, they're like a big chapter, but they're not really like that important of a chapter. They just go around and just crusade. So they go out and take the fight to the enemy. My opinion is, I reserve my opinion until we see something or I start playing with them more. Then I'll be able to kind of tell you more about it. If they got a supplemental formation, I think something cool with like a trio of Land Raider Crusaders would be kind of neat. You know, get them like anti-Melta or like anti-Lance or something. You know, that'd be kind of cool. And then you could have like 3 Land Raider Crusaders filled with dudes just running up at you and make them fast vehicles or something. That'd be kind of neat. But that's just wish listing. But thank you for your question, Stephen. Prodigy Gur 777. What do you think the likelihood of a supplement for the Dark Eldar is, focusing on Cavalite forces or Vect? Likelihood? I have no idea. It'd be cool if we do it, but I don't expect anything from GW. If it happens, it happens. If not, I just play with what I have, and I save myself the headache. Next question. Michelle Portioli. Where do you find your intro music? iMovie. I edit all my videos on iMovie, and they have a little database of like little sounds and stuff you can use. And if you watched my earlier videos for the first couple of years, I used to switch that intro music like every single time. And then I found one that I thought was kind of cool, and it stuck. And I've just been using that one ever since. Da, 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 da. So it's kind of neat, and I like it. It's catchy. But iMovie, yes. Thank you for your question. So, question 24. Thomas's data. Would you ever consider including all the roles and measurements in your battle reports, like J-Knight or Mini Wargaming? No. Just too much time editing, too many more cameras that I need, and it makes the battle reports too long. In my opinion, I cannot watch a full J-Knight bat rep, and I cannot watch a full Mini Wargamer bat rep, and I cannot watch a full Striking Scorpion bat rep. I just physically can't sit through the whole thing. You just find me like clicking and seeing if anything like jumps out at me as they're playing the game, if there's anything cool happening. But I literally watch like maybe a minute of the entire hour-long video because I cannot sit through it. I can't. And so I would not want to do something on my channel that I wouldn't do myself, really. So if I wouldn't watch it myself, I'm not going to put it on the channel. Have I ever watched a full one while I'm painting stuff? Yes, but that's only when it's background music, really. That's it. But if you do want to watch a video that has all the roles that I played in, go watch the latest Dark Eldar vs. White Scars battle report on the Basement Collective's YouTube channel. So check them out. It's another Canadian channel from up north. I was recently there. The last battle report I did on the channel, they filmed it as well, but they did a full dice roll battle report. So go over there, subscribe to their channel. They're hoping to get a few more subs. Check them out. And then if you want to watch all the rolls that I made and that he made, yes, you can watch me even roll Labyrinthine Cunning again. And I got it again in the next battle report that hasn't even been released yet. And I rolled it. I'm not kidding. I rolled it. So, yeah, if you don't believe, go watch. But thank you so much for your question. And last but not least, question 25. The Kaiser Scout. Are you from the UK originally? You have an interesting accent. No, I'm not. I was born and raised in Mexico. I would live there till I was 18, and then I moved to Canada. Now I've been here for 10 years. My parents are from England, and I get this accent because we spoke English at home, and it was good old Queen's English, hence no regionalization of the accent. My dad is from Cambridge, so that's where I get most of my accent from. And it's not as thick as it used to be because I've been living in Canada for so long. That's a little joke for you Canadians. Okay, but thank you for your question. And that is it for the questions for Skari stuff. Now, coming up, we have a couple of shout-outs, and I'm going to explain the latest contest and giveaway for the 6,000 subscribers, as well as how to enter for the 8,000 subscriber draw and giveaway. And I'm very excited about this one. It's probably the biggest one we've done yet. So thanks a lot for subbing, subscribing, liking. First of all, a couple of shout outs. A shout out to Striking Scorpion is overdue. Thank you so much, Mr. Striking Scorpion. I love your battle reports. Thank you for the shout out on your Dark Eldar review. I highly doubt that any of you that are watching this right now don't know who he is, but go check him out. He just started his new pay-per-view channel, so if you want to pay him to watch his videos, cool, go ahead. He's trying to make a business out of it. Go support him, that would be awesome. And a second shout out to the Basement Collective. I recently had a battle report with them. They're looking to get a few more subscribers on the channel. They're aiming for 1,000 subscribers for a little giveaway. Some really cool stuff they're giving away. So make sure you go out, check them out, and click that subscribe button. And that's it for now. If you'd like me to shout out your channel, leave a question down below and let me know that you want a shout out for your channel, and I'll get it to the shout out segment. And last but not least, go down in the link down below, click on the Facebook link, and go like the Facebook page. And that'll really help the Facebook page. And you can leave me an army list if you want me to try and have a game and play with it. So, contest details. So, I'm going to be giving away 3 draw giveaways for the 6,000 subscribers. Okay? The way you're going to be able to get any of these 3 prizes is you're going to ask a question on this video down below for the next Skari stuff. You're going to be a subscriber to the channel, and you're going to like and share this video. So just like the video, share the video, ask a question about the next Skari for the next Skari stuff, and head over to the Facebook page, like the Facebook page. And if you don't have Facebook, because I know some people don't, then let me know you don't have Facebook, please, so that you can be entered into the next giveaway. Okay, now the 8,000 subscriber giveaway is going to be bigger than this, but I'm going to start the entries starting now, today, and you're going to have until we hit 8,000 subscribers in order to have your entries in. So there's going to be plenty of time for people to enter for the big draw. So there's 3 draws I'm making. The first one is one that was unclaimed from the last draw that we had. It's an Inquisitor, Metal Inquisitor, and a Demon Host. Inquisitor, Demon Host. So that is draw number 1. So if you want, like the video, share it, like the Facebook page, leave me a question down below for the next Skari stuff. Number 2, we are going to have a giveaway for some generic dice, like this. So 25 dice of different colors. I'm putting in a scatter dice. I'm putting in a artillery dice, just in case you play fantasy. And then I'm going to give away a last gun pack. And I'm going to put these dice in there. These were what they were used for when they gave away the like markers for objectives and stuff. So it's like a limited edition thing. So I'm going to give you that pack. That's giveaway number 2. It's dice, so anybody can use dice. And number 3 is a gift that was donated to the channel by a painting service called Slap-Minis. So make sure you check them out. They have a YouTube channel and a Facebook page. Go over, Google them, try find them. And it's a full raider. It needs some repair, okay? I will be finding a couple of riders for it, and I will be throwing in all the weapon options for it and whatnot. But it is fixable, and it's a full raider, so if you just want that shipped to you anywhere in the world for free, and you win, just ask a question for the next Skari stuff. Be a subscriber to the channel, like and share this video specifically, and go and like the Facebook page. Okay, drum roll. I will be giving away a full copy of the Exterminatus, like Assassinorium game, the Assassins game that just was released. I'm giving away a full, the Execution Force, that's what it's called. A full box set is one of the prizes that I will be doing for the 8,000 subscriber giveaway. Okay, the way you're going to have to enter this contest is you're going to make a video to put up and link to the comments. Not this video, but I will be doing an entry video. Just so you guys know, it does involve making a video. So get yourselves prepared, because I will be giving away a full box set amongst other things. So make sure you stay tuned for exactly what I want. And last but not least, you have until June the 7th to enter the contest for the Raider, the Inquisitor, and the Last Gun Pack. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate your support, your likes and subscribes. Leave me a comment down below. And this is your Skari Stuff, episode 2, concluding with Skari out.